Hey guys, and welcome to our Scrum project presentation and Agile development methodology. I'm Caroline.
And I'm Haley. So what is Scrum? Well, in simple words, Scrum is a better way of building products. It is a lightweight framework that is simple to understand but difficult to master. In an article by Sam Holt-Hugh, he states that Scrum can be traced back to the 90s, and over the years, ASM has become increasingly popular within software development communities.
So in Scrum, there are a few roles. There's the product owner who stands in for the customer, keeps their best interest at heart, and keeps the stakeholders happy while working through sprints and prioritizing the backlog of information. Then there's the Scrum Master who keeps the process moving smoothly, removes roadblocks, facilitates handoffs between sprints and different processes in the development process. And then there's the development team, which is the rest of the members of the group that are tasked with executing the product deliverables. So we have a game that we created to kind of help you guys understand the different roles in Scrum. So if you want to pause the video and take a minute to try and work through this, then come back and we will jump back into the presentation.
All right, are y'all done? Okay, cool. So to begin, the person who coaches the team, that would be the Scrum Master. Let's see. The person that delivers agreed results, that would be the team members. Prioritizes the team, that would be the Scrum Master. Mapping the customer's journey, that would be the product owner. Let's see, setting goals, that would also be the product owner. Direct ownership of tasks, that would be the team member. Keeps team members on task, that would be the Scrum Master. Create a vision, that would be the product owner. Provides feedback, that would be the Scrum Master. And last but not least, facilitates meetings, that would be the Scrum Master as well. So how did y'all do? I hope y'all did good and enjoyed this brief activity. Now back to the presentation.
So anybody that is good at advocating should be a product owner. Anybody that's good at peacemaking should probably be a Scrum Master and facilitate processes. So we're going to take a look at the process. We start with our product backlog. Then we move into a sprint, which is a short period of time where the development team works on specific tasks, milestones, and deliverables. It can last anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks. And within those sprints, they will have daily meetings called a daily scrum to review how things are going before the completed product is put out to consumers, just so that they catch things before the final product is made, so that they can make changes along the way instead of having to backtrack through their whole entire process. So here are the events that take place during a Scrum. You start with the sprint, which I said a minute ago is a short period of time in the process, where they're tasked with the deliverables, milestones, and specific tasks to the project. Then there is sprint planning, and you use it to define what is going to be done in each sprint and how it's going to be done. Then you have a daily scrum, which is the brief meeting that takes place during each sprint period to evaluate the progress, see how things are going, and synchronize the activities for creating a plan for the next 24 hours to see how things are going. And then you have a sprint review, and that is used to show what work has been completed in regards to the backlog and future deliverables. Then you will have the sprint retrospective, which is used to identify the good, the bad, and the ugly of the entire process and the product. And it is used to generate a plan to implement within the next sprint, so they get the best possible product in the end.
All right, so what are the advantages and strengths of Scrum? Well, first I want to start off with the Scrum values. They are commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. And as for the advantages and strengths, there are many, but I have only listed a few. Using Scrum allows for adaptability and flexibility. And it also encourages a creative approach and ultimately leads to a better quality of work. It can catch issues and troubleshoot before final production. Also, as far as the fast moving development, I think a great example is web development. I feel like most of the time people think that that's a very long process, and sometimes it can be. I used to be a web project manager, and it is so interesting how fast we could turn around those projects in the development phase. Also, the team gets clear visibility through Scrum meetings, and there is a lot of feedback from team members, Scrum master, and product owners. All right, well, there are also some disadvantages and weaknesses to Scrum as well. While there are many advantages, disadvantages includes that there are a chance that the project could fall through if individuals aren't committed or cooperative during the process. And I also think that one of the most major disadvantages of this is that if any team member or team members were to leave in the middle of the project, it could cause a huge negative impact to the project as a whole.
So Scrum is used in a variety of industries, mostly technology and development in that area, but it's also used in product development, construction, advertising and marketing, government offices, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and automotive. And here are some major companies that use Scrum in their process. A lot of them you use probably daily: Google, Apple, Netflix, Adobe, Facebook. And we're going to take a look at Apple's process or team breakdown just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So Steve Jobs was the product owner. He was the eyes for the consumers and kind of was able to advocate for what they wanted to see. Then you had the Scrum Master who kept projects moving in updates, and then you had the development team that made sure those updates happened and gave the consumers what they wanted.
So how does this method vary from other methods? Well, in a survey by version 1, it shows that the acceptance of Scrum method is 58%, while the second most accepted methodology, which is Scrum XP Hybrid, is only has an acceptance rate of 10%. How can your methods be used with other methods? Well, let's take Scrum and Kanban, for example. Why choose one when you can get the best from both to optimize the agility? Well, some key benefits are a higher quality of completed work, increased speed of processing, minimized waste, and more empowered teams.
So we have created a quiz to now test your knowledge about our presentation. Hopefully you learned a few things. We'll also include this in the Slack chat so that you can take it on your own time and kind of learn more about what Scrum actually is.
Thank you for watching our presentation, and we hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit about Scrum.